Okay, so the last video cut out on this exam question. Basically, the program that I've got can only record 10 minutes at a time. That's why I had to cut off. So anyway, returning to the question, the Four Noble Truths are the basis of Buddhism. We've got, as I've just read out, 3 reasons on both sides. Now, there are kind of 2 reasons why I'm in every video showing these model answers. One is, it's quite possible that these questions will come up in this year's exam, and if you've seen a model answer, that's got to be helpful. But even if that isn't the case and they don't come up, hopefully by looking at a model answer, you'll be able to see the structure. So it says, you need 3 brief reasons to get 3 out of 3 here. I want you to properly understand exactly what is meant by a brief reason, and in some of the other videos what is meant by a developed reason as well. Okay, so hopefully if you've watched the first video and taken a look at the different information, particularly in the second half, you'll be able to explain the importance of the Four Noble Truths to Buddhists, so we can give that a nice big tick. The final learning outcome for the Four Noble Truths video pair, as it now is to assess the relevance of the Four Noble Truths. So is it relevant any longer, or is it just something that someone said a long time ago? The statement on the exam question I showed at the beginning of the first video is the Four Noble Truths have no relevance today. So on the one hand, well, they were given hundreds of years ago. Well, actually, 2,500 years ago. They are at odds with our material society today. So in a way, you can say that our society is all based around selfish desire, about constantly wanting things. That's what drives our economy. If people didn't have selfish desire, then our economy would kind of collapse. So it's at odds with our materialistic society. Also, you could say that suffering isn't always bad, because people can become stronger as a result of it. Buddhists don't necessarily disagree with that, but that's one argument you could employ. On the other hand, suffering is as much a problem today as it was in the Buddha's time. We've come a long way as a human race, but we still have old age, sickness and death. The Four Noble Truths provide a means for overcoming suffering, and they are the teaching from which all other Buddhist teachings have developed. And there are a lot of Buddhists in the world today, so the fact that they still learn about them and follow them means that they clearly do have some relevance for some people. So if we look at this exam question now on a scale of 1 to 10, hopefully you'd feel pretty confident about answering this question now. But just to give you a little bit of extra help, here again is a model answer. So this question was from the 2010 GCSE Buddhism exam. So the Four Noble Truths have no relevance today. I agree with this statement because they were given over 2,000 years ago. Also, they are at odds with our materialistic society. In addition, great artists, poets have shown that suffering can be a source of inspiration and creativity. So that's 3 brief reasons, 3 out of 3, and this is a good way of structuring an answer. So I agree with this statement because, and that's your first reason. Also, in addition, that's a way of structuring neatly 3 brief reasons. Some people might disagree with me because, again, that's how you should start your sentence. People still suffer today, and the Four Noble Truths show the cause of suffering. Also, the Four Noble Truths provide a means for overcoming suffering, which Buddhists have found useful for over 2,000 years. So if it wasn't useful, then maybe nobody would be bothering with it anymore. In addition, there are between 350 and 500 million Buddhists in the world today, and the Four Noble Truths is the central teaching of the religion. It's the basis for everything else. So that's 3 brief reasons why someone would disagree with you. 6 out of 6, A star. So that is our final learning outcome met. I'm going to give it a tick. We've kind of assessed it. In your own mind, you've got to assess it and decide what you actually think about that. So the learning outcomes for this video and the previous one, hopefully you will have met all of them, feel confident about all of them. If you don't, then just replay the video until you do. And the next topic to look at is the eightfold path.